Hello friends, today I will discuss some examples which are carried out in various competitive exams. So the first question is question 1. In which condition vector A plus vector B equal to vector A minus vector B? So at first let this one vector A and this one is vector B, and the alpha between them, the angle between them is alpha. If now you know how to measure the angle between two vectors, we have to extend one vector or both of them to get the arrowhead outward from a point. So I have to extend vector A and I measure the angle between two vectors. Say this is alpha. So this line is C1. C1 means the resultant of vector A and vector B. That means from this figure we can calculate the value of vector A plus vector B. So we know vector A plus vector B equal to C1. This is also vector, so we should put arrowhead on it. Now we know the formula c square equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab cos alpha. So this is one. Say this is equation 1. So now I am going to calculate vector A minus vector B. So vector A minus vector B. We have to reverse vector B. So now see, this one is vector B, and now I am reversing this and get this. So to get the angle between them, we have to extend both of them to get the arrowhead outward. So this is the angle between two vectors. This is the new angle between two vectors. We know this one is alpha, this one was alpha, so this one is 180 minus alpha. So now you know the vector, two vectors, and also know the angle between them. So you can apply the formula c square equal to a square plus b square 2ab cos of angle between them. So this one is 180 minus alpha. Now we have got equation 1 and equation 2. Now we can solve them. So according to question, this one equal to this one, so c1 equal to c2, and you can get as alpha equal to 90 degree. So in which condition a vector plus b vector equal to a vector minus b vector? The condition is the angle between them should be 90 degree. Now second question, one of the component of velocity 50 meter per second is 30 meter per second. What is the other component? Please study the question properly so that you can understand the question. You can pause the screen and read it carefully. Okay, say this one is 50 meter per second vector. This one is a velocity vector 50 meter per second. So we can get two components from this vector. Say this line is making alpha angle, so the component along this line should be 50 cos alpha, and the other component will be perpendicular to this line. So this is the other component, and it should be 50 sin alpha. You know how to split a vector into components. So here it is written that one of the component is 30 meter per second. So you can take this component as 30 meter per second. Otherwise, you can also take this component as 30 meter per second. Say this one is 30 meter per second. I am considering this. You can also consider this one. So this one equal to 30. So from this you can calculate alpha. Let alpha equal to this, and the other component is, so you have already select this component as 30. So the other component is 50 sin alpha. Now you can put alpha, the value of alpha here, and you will get the other component of the vector. Yes, this is 40 meter per second. Okay, the next question is, what is the value of vector a dot vector a? You know, vector a dot vector a means mod of a into mod of v into cos of angle between them. So it is vector a dot vector a, that means the two vectors are same, so their direction is also same. This is why the angle between them is 0 degree. This is why the angle between the cos of 0 is written here. So from this you can get modulus of a into modulus of a, that means a square. The next question is 0.2i plus 0.6j plus ak is a unit vector. This one is an example of unit vector and you have to find the value of a. Okay, you know unit vector means vector a divided by modulus of the vector a. So we can calculate unit vector by dividing the vector by its modulus. That means unit vector is having the modulus as unity. So unit vector is having magnitude of 1. That means if this one is the unit vector, example of unit vector, so the modulus of this vector should be 1. Yes, this should be 1. So from here you can calculate a. One another question, carefully read it. In distance versus time graph of two bodies A and B are two straight lines which makes 30° and 60° respectively with time axis. Find their velocity ratio. Okay, let this one is distance versus time graph. This one is distance and this is time. And for A body the graph is this straight line, and for B body the graph is this straight line. So the first question is, what do these straight lines present? So we have to study another theory. The theory is, if m equal to dx by dy, then m represent a straight line on x versus y graph and the value of m is tan theta, where theta is the angle between that straight line and y axis. That means, say m equal to dx by dy. So if you draw dx versus dy graph and if you get a straight line, the straight line represents the m. Any straight line from origin on x versus y graph is indicating m. And what is the value of m? From that graph you can get the value of m as tan theta. And what is theta? Theta is the angle between that straight line and y axis. So from this graph, okay, we all know v, velocity equal to distance divided by time, and we all know velocity equal to distance divided by time, that is v equal to ds dt. So if you draw s versus t graph and if you get a straight line from origin, that means it is nothing but v. And what is the value of v? V means the tan of theta, and where theta is the angle between that straight line and time axis, t axis. So from this one is s and this is t, and you are getting a straight line. That means this straight line is nothing but velocity. And what is the value of the velocity? This is the tan of this theta. So from this, for a body, the straight line is for a body is this one. So from a body, velocity equal to tan of the angle made by the a body. This one is 30°. So v1 equal to tan 30°. And similarly you can get for v body the velocity v2 equal to tan of 60°. Now you can find the ratio v1 is to v2. Calculate it yourself.